What's up, baddies, and welcome back to the Blitz Babes. It's Erin.
I'm Sarah, and last weekend the conference championship shifted from the dramatic blowouts and officiating controversies of the divisional round to two distinct styles of postseason football: a gritty, snow-covered defensive struggle in the AFC and a high-octane air show in the NFC.
Hell yeah. And as always, let's get into our favorite segment, this week's Slays and Nays.
Yay! We don't have too much this week.
Yeah, I didn't really have anything. Maybe I wasn't paying too close attention, but the one thing that did catch my eye was Morgan Moses' iridescent cleats from the Patriots. They're so cute.
I love when they wear fun shoes, fun accessories.
Yeah, me too. And they were like the Jordan 1s, but like I guess where there would be color. There, it was iridescent. Like, it was really pretty.
Whoa, very cool.
Morgan Moses's cleats. And I didn't have any nays, not this
Me
week.
neither. There wasn't too many there wasn't too many options running around out there.
Right. I know, right? There's only 4 teams to look at, and there wasn't anything egregious that I could say. I guess I would have said Jarrett Stidham's chin strap, but then after doing some research, I realized a lot of chin straps are kind of big.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Right? And then I realized that some people put a sleeve over their chin strap, and I think if they don't have like a jaw like Justin Herbert, it just looks really bad.
I was about to say that I know Justin Herbert does that.
Yeah, he puts a sleeve over it, and it kind of looks like a mask, like a you know, like the cloth mask people wore during COVID times.
Yeah.
Like it's not cute. But as always, if you're enjoying today's show, please let us know.
Hit the like and subscribe button right now and comment, who do you think will win the Lombardi?
I might have to give it to the Seahawks. Honestly, I think that the defense might.
Me too, I fear.
Might go crazy.
Yeah, I have to give it to the Seahawks too. I think they're going to win it. But we shall see.
Unless Sam chokes during this game. I hope not. He's been doing really good.
Yeah. We'll see. Sure. Alrighty, now for the juicy stuff. Gather around and get your mugs ready because this is tea time. So the biggest post-game story in the NFC is not just the loss. It's whether Matthew Stafford has played his final snap. Aww. Everyone say,
that's crazy.
Aww. Despite coming off a career year, 4,707 yards and 46 touchdowns, and being the odds-on favorite to win NFL MVP, Matthew Stafford was noticeably non-committal after the loss to Seattle. His wife also posted a viral video of Matthew tucking their kids into bed at 2:30 in the morning immediately after the game, captioned with a note about him leaving everything on the field. Fans are reading this as a sign that his focus is shifting heavily toward family. A reporter asked Sean McVay if he expected Stafford back. McVay snapped back with, "What the hell kind of question is that?" and later added, "He played at a level that's just different." Stafford has a $40 million compensation trigger in March, so the Rams and the rest of us will know his final decision within the next few weeks.
Yeah, that's so crazy. I mean, he is kind of old, like in football terms. I don't think everyone can play in their 40s. Like, there's very few.
It's so taxing on the body.
Yeah, and his kids are young.
Yeah.
So I think that he should just stay home with his kids, honestly. Like, he had a good run.
Yeah, I agree. Our second tea time is the coaching carousel, spinning faster than ever. Here's the latest on who landed where and the jobs that are still open. So for the done deals, as of January 27th, for the Buffalo Bills, we have Joe Brady, who was promoted from offensive coordinator. At 36 years old, he becomes one of the youngest head coaches in the league. And we have the Baltimore Ravens, Jesse Minter, who was formerly the Chargers defensive coordinator. Ravens are keeping it in the Harbaugh family tree, hiring Jim's former defensive coordinator to replace John. Next up are the Atlanta Falcons, who have got Kevin Stefanski. After being let go by Cleveland, Stefanski did not wait long. He's tasked with finally unlocking Michael Penix Jr. and that talented offense of the Atlanta Falcons. And then in New York, the Giants have big news with John Harbaugh. In perhaps the most shocking move of the cycle, the Giants have snagged the Super Bowl winning coach immediately after he and the Ravens parted ways. And lastly, the Tennessee Titans have got Robert Saleh. The Titans are going all in on a defensive identity, pairing Saleh with Brian Daboll, the former Giants head coach, as his offensive coordinator. Next up, we have the teams who are still looking with current vacancies. There are only 3 seats left in this game of musical chairs. Those would be with the Cleveland Browns, who are looking for Stefanski's replacement. Jim Schwartz, their current defensive coordinator, is the heavy favorite to be promoted. And up number 2, we have the Las Vegas Raiders. After the 1-year Pete Carroll experiment ended, they are eyeing Denver's Davis Webb, who's only 31, or Clint Kubiak. And number 3, we have the Arizona Cardinals. They are the wild card. They've interviewed everyone from Joe Brady to Robert Saleh, but with those 2 off the board, they are still searching for the right fit.
Damn, this year is so crazy. Like, there's been so many firings. That's like a third of the league firing their head coach.
I know, right? It's going to be really interesting to see the finality of who goes where, and then to see how they do. Maybe they were not the drama. Maybe they'll go to a new team and eat it up. So
yeah, and maybe there might be something to say for some of the head coaches who are now offensive coordinators. I think that might be a better fit for them. Not everybody can be a head coach, you know.
Yep. Oh, and Mike McCarthy went to the Steelers.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear about that?
I did.
That is so diabolical. No offense. I'm a Mike McCarthy hater, of course. As a Cowboys household, I'm a Mike McCarthy hater. That's really crazy, though, because I think the Steelers have only had like 4 coaches in the entire existence of their team, and they're not a very new team. So they're choosing Mike McCarthy?
Yeah, no, that is crazy.
Right?
I completely forgot about that. I think that news was too new for me. But
yeah, I mean, I don't want to like talk shit too soon, but I will see. Maybe he will do good. I'll give him the benefit.
I don't
of the doubt.
know. He hasn't. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe without Jerry behind him.
I know, right? That's true.
Like maybe that's what it was.
Right.
Yeah,
How much of influence was that playing? Yeah, we'll see. That's exciting. I'm excited to see how that one goes, because that one I'm also excited to see some of these new guys, like some of these new young guys get an opportunity.
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be interesting because I think like some of the newer head coaches that were offensive coordinators, like Ben Johnson, or I forget the Jets head coach who was like the DC for the Lions.
And DeMeco Ryans is a young guy.
DeMeco Ryans is young too, and he's been doing great with the Texans.
Yeah, so we shall see. I'm excited.
God. Speaking of DeMeco Ryans, really quick, did you see what CJ Stroud said about him having to play Superman?
Tell me.
Like, okay, he was like in a like, you know, the post game interview or whatever, or some interview. He was just like yeah, this year it didn't end like how I wanted it to, but it just felt good not having to be the one that everyone depended on, like not being the main guy.
CJ Stroud said that about himself.
Yeah, he said that like this year he didn't have to play Superman versus last year he basically was doing everything, is what I took from it.
My brother in Christ. He went from playing Superman and doing everything last year to getting to the playoffs and doing absolutely nothing. And, if anything...
quite literally dropping the ball.
Quite literally dropping the ball. And literally dropping the spikes.
Dropped the ball.
Dropping the ball into the hands of the opponent. Like, if he played Superman last year, he played the fucking villain this year. He single-handedly brought down the team in the playoffs this year. But that's crazy.
It was literally all him. He can blame nobody but himself. And his first interview,
picks, by the way,
in
the
one
last game. Yeah,
right.
That's crazy.
5 fumbles the one before that.
And hey, no one's asking you to play Superman. Just
we're asking you to play.
Don't play the fucking Joker, bitch. Play Robin or something. You don't have to be Superman. You can participate and be a member of the team. Like, no one's asking you to be Superman. Just don't be.
You could be
Don't be Penguin. Don't be Joker.
Bro, you could
Why?
be Aquaman. You could be Aquaman for all I care, and everyone knows he's the worst one.
Like, come on, man. He could have been Lois Lane, and it would have been okay.
He was Lois Lane, having all the saves the defense had to do. All that crying.
Oh, he's so crazy. He's so silly.
He is so silly. That's so funny. We'll see next year. But let's get into this conference championship, shall we? The first game that we saw on Sunday was the Broncos versus Patriots game. And this game felt like a throwback to old school football, with the New England Patriots outlasting the Denver Broncos in a snowy defensive struggle at Mile High. The weather was the story early on, with a 26-degree kickoff dropping to 16 degrees as heavy snow began falling by halftime. They did a progression like mid-game. They're like, this is what it looked like at kickoff, and this is like each time. I was like, bro, I can't see anything.
They entered a fucking blizzard.
Yeah, I'm so happy that they when I was watching on TV, they put like virtually the lines of the field, because I had no idea where they were.
Yeah, the yard lines. Yeah. I noticed that too. One thing that pissed me off, they kept deep frying it. I don't know why. It didn't make it any easier to see anything. Everyone just got like orange. I don't know why they were doing that. That was pissing me off. But that's just a side note. That is
so funny.
Hey, if it's snowing, don't deep fry my guys, man.
That is so funny.
But yeah, the lines were helpful.
Yeah, and Will Lutz had a day he'll likely want to forget after the Broncos uncharacteristically bypassed chip shot field goal earlier in the game. They should have took it. They should have went for 3. I told them to go for 3. They didn't go.
They didn't listen.
No, but he ended up missing a 54-yarder wide right just before halftime. It was crucial. He did have a chance at redemption with under 5 minutes left in the game, but his 45-yard attempt, kicked from a snow-covered spot where players had to literally guess where the lines were, was actually tipped by Patriots' Leonard Taylor III and fluttered wide. Denver struck first with a 52-yard bomb from Jarrett Stidham, Stiddy Boy, to Marvin Mims Jr., setting up a 6-yard touchdown catch by Courtland Sutton. However, the momentum shifted late in the second quarter when a Stidham fumble was recovered by Elijah Ponder at the Denver 12-yard line, and Drake May capitalized 2 plays later on a 6-yard touchdown scramble, more like a walk-in, right? to tie it at 7-7. The only scoring in the second half came from a gritty 16-play drive by New England that ate up almost 10 minutes and ended in a 23-yard field goal by Andy Borgales. He also missed a bunch of field goals, I will say.
Yeah.
Especially in the second half. Like, there's no way they could see anything.
I know. I'm like, damn,
honestly.
How do you even kick a ball in that weather? I literally
they were trying to take off and slipping.
Yeah, there was one kick that I saw where like he kicked it straight down the middle, but like as the ball was in the air, you could literally see the fucking wind like pushing it all the way. Literally. I was like, damn. I mean, it was really coming down.
Yeah, it was crazy. But despite Drake May only throwing for 86 yards that game, his 68 rushing yards and ball security proved superior to Stiddy's 2 turnovers. And that win secured New England to their 12th Super Bowl and marks the most playoff wins in NFL history, which is 40, for the franchise. And also, I don't know if you saw, but did you see like Stidham run all the way fucking backfield and it ended up being a backwards pass and Patriots ball?
Oh, yeah. That was really controversial.
Like, that was so first of all, what were you doing? And
yeah, first of all, why did you do that?
That wasn't like the first play that he did. He also had that like weird like intentional grounding play. Like I was like, but it was like obviously intentional grounding. Like he just got highly like pressured in the pocket and just like panicked. I don't know.
Yeah, to be fair though, my honest thoughts after watching this game was that I am surprised at even how close it was going to be, because the Broncos did not have Bo Nix. So I really thought that they were just going to get shitted on, to be completely honest. But it was way closer than like really it was anyone's game. Either what it was either way.
And you know what it was? Bo Nix was in a fucking box. If he was out down there on the field with a parka and the play call on his or the playbook on his wrist, they would have won. But no, he was in the box.
He was sitting on the sideline motivating his guys.
Like, I know you're hurt, but
bring a headset down for him.
put him down there. Put him down in the field. Motivate Stiddy. You gotta give him advice, man. And then like
they bring out motivating Manning.
Motivation.
Sorry,
exactly.
I watched too much fucking commercials.
No, well, it's not your. We would just watch a lot of football. There's commercials in all these football.
No, that's so true. If y'all been watching the Bliss Babes, you know how we feel about people sitting on the sideline
in the box
with the fucking team. They need to be on the sideline with the playbook in their hands, headset on, calling plays.
Every time they sat in the box, the team lost. And the one time I saw them not sit in the fucking box and they were wearing a sweatsuit with a playbook on their wrist, they won. The one time. So obviously correlation equals causation.
Of course. Yeah. This is so true.
Obviously.
No one's analyzing this like we are. So. Yeah. I'm surprised it was this close, honestly. I'm surprised, but I'm not, because I expected it to be like a very defensive game. But I also thought that the Patriots were really going to get like a 1-up early and the Broncos wouldn't be able to recover. But it was honestly, it could have gone either way, I think. In my opinion.
I think it would have been, it would have been a really good game had it not been fucking snowing. Like, had they made that first field goal, they probably would have tied up and it still would have been snowing or whatever. But yeah, that snow is crazy. Like, Ramondre was like trying to take off and he literally slipped twice. And then Drake May came to run over and hand him the ball and he also slipped.
Yes,
it was like so
receivers
cartoony.
Couldn't catch the ball either. Like, it literally just like hit their hands and slipped off. Yeah. So
like, it was so cartoon. It was like cartoon football. And
like Scooby-Doo when they run in place and they're not going anywhere. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It was so silly.
Well, we'll see what happens. Next game we have is the Seahawks versus the Rams. This was not a Blizzard game, but still, I would say this game was more entertaining than the Blizzard game.
I agree.
The atmosphere at Lumen Field was electric as the Seattle Seahawks fended off a late surge from the Los Angeles Rams to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. Unlike the AFC clash, this was a modern shootout where both offenses combined for 875 total yards. Seahawks quarterback Sam Darnold delivered the game of his life, throwing for 346 yards and 3 touchdowns, all while under pressure, without a single turnover. Wow. Can we give a round of applause to Sam Darnold? Jackson Smith
literally,
and
that's
Jigba.
so crazy.
Yeah, it literally... Wow.
So crazy.
Not a single turnover from Sam Darnold in a playoff game? I'm going to have to eat my words later. After all the shit I talked about him all season and last year. But anyways, Jackson Smith and Jigba was unguardable, racking up 153 yards on 10 catches, including a 14-yard score. The Rams fought back behind Matthew Stafford's 374 passing yards and a stellar 165-yard performance from Puka Nacua. But special teams errors and a critical failure to convert a 4th and 4 inside the 10-yard line with 5 minutes remaining doomed Los Angeles. A late taunting penalty on Seattle briefly gave the Rams life, but the Seahawks' top-ranked defense eventually stood tall. And Cooper Kupp, facing his former team, hauled in a crucial first down catch to run out the clock and secure the victory. Yeah, this game was so tea. I know, but that one was controversial too. Sorry, for context, we're talking about the guy who was talking shit to the Rams bench and got flagged for it, for taunting. But if you're gonna talk shit, make sure you're like not standing directly in front of the ref. Like, and it wasn't even talking shit to like the player he was up against. He was talking shit
the bench.
To the bench. And talk shit to the bench. Okay, whatever. Say something quick and get out of there. But don't just stand there in front of the ref. Like, I don't know what he was. I don't know what he was expecting with that one.
I don't think that should have been controversy. It's surprising that it was.
Yeah, I mean,
like he literally did it.
Killer call. I think it was like 4th and 12 or something, and then he did that and they got the ball again, like crazy. And then I don't know if you saw, but it was like a little bit later he was beefing with his own teammate.
Oh my God.
Did you see that?
I did see that. Yeah, I did.
They were talking like they were beefing on the sidelines with his own teammate.
They were gonna release him. Like they. Oh, I literally forgot to mention they released Stidham.
Did they really?
Yeah,
he did what he could, man.
He's
They
no
really
Nick
just,
Foles, right?
bruh, they threw him in there literally the game before the Super Bowl. Like, that's my fucking nightmare.
I'm trying to fact check. Maybe they didn't, but that would have been so funny if
Bitch,
they
they
did.
get you with this shit every fucking week. They get you every fucking week. Every fucking week, it's like, this guy made a horrible play. They released him. And you're like, wow, can you believe that they released? And then you look at the account that posted it, and it's like,
really real NFL news. Super real.
they can't keep getting away with this.
No, literally, what the fuck?
Can't keep
Why am I so
getting away with
gullible? I need to stay off the internet. I'm like so gullible about that shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Why do they make it look so real? I swear they make like flyers and everything.
Oh my, yeah, the graphics.
Yeah,
it's just like, a guy in his basement with a Canva Premium account, girl,
no,
and they get you every time.
I find out it's you.
I'm really real NFL news.
With over like 10 million followers. Like, and then I'm like, oh shit, it must be real. Look at how many followers they have. Oh shit.
Oh my god, that is so funny.
My bad.
Anyways. I was gonna say that this game was literally Puka Nacua versus Jackson Smith and Jigba. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
it'd be a crazy catch. I'll be like, wow, Jason again. The Rams get the ball, and then I'm like, wow, crazy catch, Puka Nacua again. It was really entertaining game to watch, to say the least. But
I agree.
I know I'm kind of sad the Rams didn't get it because, like we said earlier, I feel like Matt Stafford is getting close to it. So I really wanted him, to go out with a bang. That would have been so nice. But if he wins MVP, he'll still kind of go out with a bang, But
I just thought it would have been really funny if Sam Darnold went. So I was kind of rooting for him.
He is,
especially
underdog.
like with the way he performed last year with the Vikings, but like during the playoff season. So I thought it would have been really funny to be like, look at me now.
Yeah, and they kind of did him dirty on the Vikings because I think he went on like a 14 like game win season, and they still cut his ass off.
Literally, JJ McCarthy, like I think wasn't he like a rookie or something? He got fucking hurt, and then he was a backup. He took them all the way to the playoffs, loses one game, and they're like, but you lost though.
They're like, they pulled a really real NFL news.
No, literally, like. This is why it's believable. This shit happens all the time. So I'm like, oh, I mean, that's crazy, but it does happen.
Yeah, it does happen.
Like you every time you don't want to know the stress I was going through trying to confirm, like when we covered Black Monday and all the coaches were getting fired left and right. I was like, is this real? Are you sure this is real? This is a lot. Like and Mike McDaniel. No way.
No way.
No fucking way. And it was like the NFL verified account who announced it too. And then I did my Google search and everything. And I'm like, this can't be real.
This can't be. They've got me one too many times. Fool me once, shame on you.
And then I was like, more and more. And then, even last week with fucking Sean McDermott, I'm like, no way. They just fired him, right? Like, no fucking way.
I know, right? Damn. Ugh. So, but now he's done his he's in his girl boss moment, so he's proving them right. And also, man, that defense something nice.
Yeah. So honestly, if you're a Seahawks fan, you're having the time of your life.
Hell yeah.
You want to talk about some MVPs?
Yes, of course.
Well, this year, the MVP race has been one of the most polarizing stats versus efficiency debates that we've seen in years. And the finalists were officially announced last Thursday. And while there are 5 names on the list, it's really just a 2-man sprint to the finish, if we're being honest, between a grizzled veteran and a rising superstar. The winner will be crowned at the NFL Honors on Thursday, February 5th, just 3 days before the Super Bowl. And here is what that looks like. So first up, we have the heavy hitter, Matthew Stafford. The odds are that he's the favorite to win this first ever his first ever MVP. He finished the regular season with like quote unquote video game numbers, leading the NFL in both passing yards at 4,707 and passing touchdowns 46, which we covered earlier.
Damn!
I know, right? What makes his case so strong and a little emotional is that he is 37 years old while playing through, back issues, and he has already won the PFWA MVP, where it's voted on by the writers, last week, which is usually a massive indicator for the official award. And if he wins, he'd be the first player in nearly 20 years to win an MVP without his team winning their division. It's crazy.
I feel like he has a good chance of winning it because people think that it might be his last year.
That's kind of tea. Do you think that's
fair?
But
also, well, I say that within the back of my mind, like it being very close. Like I think if someone else who was like obviously like way better pick,
I see.
I wouldn't say that, but since it's very close between him and the next person on the list,
right.
I feel like it has to go to him.
Right. You're like, if it's off by half a point, it's because that one thing makes a difference. Like it being potentially his last year, it makes like the difference out of like everything else. Like that's close. I see what you're saying. I guess I kind of agree with that.
He's a very pass heavy quarterback, obviously, and they're in a pass heavy offense. So I think that's you mean his numbers.
They're in a pass heavy offense equals Puka Nakua.
Right. Yeah. So I think that boosts his numbers a lot. Not that that's to like undermine from his stats, because I think that I'm rooting for Matt Stafford to win it, but I think he had great numbers and
with great targets. Like
and may or may
not just anyone can catch those, and
also
may retire.
Yeah, so. But
next up, we do have his challenger. It's Drake May of the Patriots, and this rookie turned sophomore sensation has been the darling of the analytics crowd. While he doesn't have Stafford's raw volume, like what you were saying, he's very pass heavy. He has led the NFL in passer rating at 113.5 and a completion percentage of 70%. So voters do love a winner, and May led the New England Patriots to a 14-3 record and the number 2 seed, whereas the Rams were number 5. And he is also a dual threat, adding 450 rushing yards to his resume. Right now he's the underdog, but if voters value efficiency and team success over just counting stats, he could pull off the upset.
Yeah, that's what I
it
was
is close, like you were saying.
Kind of saying.
Yeah,
it's close. They're just different. Like Matt Stafford's very pass heavy, and Drake May is more of a dual threat. He runs the ball a lot. Like he had more running yards in this last game than he had passing yards. So it really could go either way. I think they both did a great job, even though the Patriots did win more games.
Yeah,
I think that Matt Stafford may retire. So
they're gonna give it to him. Yeah, I would say so. The race is pretty much between those top two. We do have 3 other people on the list. The next one is the reigning champion, which is Josh Allen, of course, of the Bills, and he is back as a finalist for the 5th time in his career. His yardage was down this year, but it's not unimpressive at 3,668 yards. He dominated the goal line conversation with 14 rushing touchdowns, the most in the league by any player, not just quarterbacks. He is a long shot for this, mainly because the Bills lost the division to the Patriots in a critical late season matchup. So I guess that makes sense, but it's still nice to see him as a finalist.
Yeah, I love Josh Allen, so I'm not going to be happy to see him in the conversation.
Right. And then the 2 people who, congrats to making it to the list, but are surprising, I would say, is we have Trevor Lawrence of the Jaguars. He did lead the, massive 9-win turnaround for Jacksonville, throwing a career high in yards. And he is also a finalist for the Comeback Player of the Year after a rough last season. So it's interesting to see him on the list, but I'm like surprised, but not shocked, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I can see that.
I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then we have our only non-quarterback of the group, Christian McCaffrey. He did have another 2,000-yard season from scrimmage and is essentially a lock for Offensive Player of the Year. But honestly, it's nearly impossible for a running back to jump quarterbacks for MVP in this era.
Yeah, especially because the list is kind of stacked.
Right? Yeah. And then, like what you were saying, if Stafford wins and announces his retirement, he would be the second player in history after Jim Brown to retire as a reigning MVP. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So maybe they would give it to him. I don't know. I guess we'll find out next Thursday.
It is really close, but we shall see.
And that was our take on the conference championship games.
Period. What another crazy week of football. Thank you for watching, everyone. Remember, our episodes are now streaming on all major podcast platforms. So if you prefer to listen on the go, just search for the Blitz Babes podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your fix from.
But if you're here on YouTube, make sure to subscribe now and hit that notification bell so you never miss our videos. And we'll catch you soon for more drama, more craziness, and more videos post NFL.
We'll see ya. Bye.
Bye.